Tertiary and vocational training centers have received some relief news after their reopening broke out Friday afternoon. They will reopen next week with observations of strict COVID-19 regulations, which forms part of the reasons rather they are allowed to reopen, according to the Minister of Higher Education. Omar Ahmed Toure has more.
COVID-19 regulation guidelines have affected all spheres of life, including that of educational institutions. Skills training institutions were shut since March this year, but they will now reopen again after the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology reached a consensus with the President on the modalities of reopening. Mod Seka, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, explains.
The government has taken the decision to reopen all tertiary and TVET institutions in this country with effect from Wednesday, the 14th October 2020. However, this reopening should be done by adhering to the COVID guidelines to prevent the resurgence of the virus.
Tertiary institutions have been struggling to pay their staff, and most of them have requested subventions from the government but got nothing in return. Mod Seka says his ministry is in consultation with the Finance Ministry to see that something is done about it.
Making a request for support not only for TVET but for higher institutions also. So we will follow with the Ministry of Finance, but as I said earlier on, there are constraints also in terms of the amount of revenue that is being collected now, because that also has been hardest hit during this period. And you also have competing expenses that are coming, virtually all sectors wanting support. So naturally, at some point in time, is the issue of prioritization of resources and what is available, what you can give to people.
The Gambia government have been criticized for putting in place strict measures that failed to curb the spread of the coronavirus and at the same time severely affected business and income. Despite the important role they play in molding people who create employment for themselves and others, vocational and training institutions have been left to die in the wake of the pandemic. For iAfrica TV, I am Omar Ahmed Toure.